Greetings, everyone. Happy 11/11. Welcome to the 11/11 Unified Experience. And I'm so deeply honored and privileged to introduce Teresa Collins from the Global Coherence Pulse. She's been doing these pulses monthly, and we are so grateful that she has been developing these pulses and really bringing heart coherence to the greater population in the world. And, having just had that special heart coherence experience with Howard Martin from the Heart Math Institute, there's a lot of family from Heart Math that's been involved today. And I'm just so grateful to have had that opportunity to drop into heart coherence with all of you. And now we're going to be sharing the special music and how music plays a role in heart coherence. Teresa, thank you so much for being here. I honor you for bringing together this beautiful panel of Heartists.
Thank you so much, Anastara, and sending to Brielle and everybody else on your team that's been working so hard. And all of the beautiful offerings, I was able to touch into some of them today. And I'm excited that there's actually a portal that I can go back, because I saw so many that I actually wanted to touch in on. And I'm really excited that the Global Coherence Pulse and the Islands of Coherence Network is participating in this, because your theme of co-creating coherence and building an alliance is exactly what the mission of those two things are, right? That we bring this understanding and awareness, embodied awareness of coherence. I believe it's the most essential thing for us to do on the planet right now, is to really shift the frequency of our presence into a state of relaxed coherence and really be about the work we came to do in the world. And so I'm happy that we're able to be here with you. And I'm really excited about the theme for tonight, because over the last 44 pulses, one of the most profound contributions that have happened in those pulses has been the addition of music and Heartists, the musicians coming in. And I really wanted to have tonight be honoring all of those musicians that came and offered their things, and for free and over again, like everybody gave everything during this time. And the role that music played in us actually experiencing coherence is profound. So I want to celebrate it. I want to talk about it a little bit. We have some live, and maybe we can just spotlight everybody in our gallery view. So live tonight, we have Marshall Lefferts, who's a longtime pioneer, partner, and friend and beloved of mine, here to share some things about the role of music. And I especially am excited for you to hear from him. Marshall, I'm so glad to have you co-hosting tonight for this special time.
I am really honored and enjoyed to be here with you, as always, Teresa, and especially to celebrate music and Heartists and the role music plays in our world, which, to imagine a world without it is not something I would ever want to do. So, so thank you for having me. Really enjoyed to be there.
Thank you. And Gary Malkin, who's just an old friend and beloved. And, we keep having these conversations, Gary and I, about the role of music in opening our heart and healing us and helping us to be born and to die in all of the transitions. And I'm so excited that he gets to share a little bit with you tonight. Gary, it's so great to have you on. Thank you for coming on and co-hosting this with me.
I'm going to come to any party that you host.
Always.
Thanks.
Always.
It's my favorite subject, and wonderful to be in this community.
Great. And Theo, Grace, this is my family right here. I really brought my family. And in fact, all of the Heartists that you're going to see tonight, whether they're on clips or not, they're really just my dearest and closest friends. And Theo's like the son I never had, just really is. And his music has always just brought tears to my eyes, like this immediate sense of coherence, because I feel your heart, Theo. And I'm so glad that you get to be on, and that we have more opportunities to have our Heartists be our presenters, not just the musicians. And I really think it's time for a little renaissance of this. And so tonight's an example.
Yeah, totally. And I just had a new song come through last night, and it's the first song that I've really loved Like it really, I feel like it's a keeper in probably over a year. And so I feel like it came through for this and for everyone listening now and in the future. And this will be the first time I've played it for anyone except for my 6-year-old son who loves it.
Great.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So I'm going to get us started right in. I think, Anna Star, did we open up the gates so that anybody could be watching this pulse right now?
Yes, we
We're out
did.
on Facebook and everything. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, because these are moments where we can be in practice together, that we can not only explore coherence and music, but that we can actually be a coherent presence on the planet and pulse the field with our love. And that's what you've been doing all day. So I want us all, just before we start, just to take a moment, feel the bottom of our feet. So we're out of our heads and we're just like right here connected to the earth and Mother Gaia. So that everything that we experience tonight, that we're sending that blessing and that love down into the earth. And it's so nice when we start with the bottom of our feet, because then we can find our way right into our belly. And we can just relax. Tonight is about just relaxing and opening and listening to music and letting your heart soar and experiencing coherence. And really, I invite us to spend the evening together with heart-centered focus and heart-centered breathing. That's really the key to coherence, a simple practice: heart-centered presence, heart-centered breathing, and a heart-centered feeling. So whatever feeling has come up, that's what we're going to pulse the field with. And that's all that's required. Relax, open, enjoy, be present. And I'm going to launch right in with Marshall. I'm going to bring on my co-hosts, and they're all going to share for about 10 minutes. I think, Marshall, you might do bookend, or you might just share the whole time. You can really choose how you'd like to do that. And I really want to open up for us to have a conversation about the role of music and have an experience of that. And Marshall, you're the perfect person to start, because we really do have this shared experience of life as vibration. And I've always loved that about our relationship and our conversations. And I think that's a key message from today and a star throughout the day. And I love that you are both a cosmometrist, a unified science guy, but you're also a master musician, and all of those things rolled into one, with lots to share. So, and you look beautiful tonight.
Thank you. So do you. So do we all. Yeah, well, yeah, it's really a joy to commence this this little sharing of creative inquiry about music. Certainly music has been foundational to my life, everybody's life that's here. And I think, you know, music plays a role in everyone's life in the world, and has for as far as we can go back and even imagine, I'm sure, in some capacity. And the thing about music is, to start off, is that it's really not something that's easy to talk about. You know, music is an experience. I love the name of this, the unity experience, unified experience. And I think music is one of the surefire ways of evoking a unified experience in our beings that goes beyond beyond our mind, beyond the words, and is also so deeply familiar because of the nature of who we are and the nature of the universe itself. And I wanted to just touch into a little bit of that nature in this opening consideration about music and what it is. And begin, as you said, Teresa, the foundational aspect of reality is that it's a vibrational phenomenon at all scales that is well known and not a new understanding. And yet it's a very profound one that is really key, I really feel, to not just the understanding of the nature of who we are, the nature of the universe, but also a key to what will lead us into an abundant and harmonious future. And the foundation of that understanding, one of the most profound things I learned when I was studying the physics and when I was working on my book Cosmometry, I would say probably the most profound thing I learned in that process is the utterly, eternally abundant, vastly abundant foundation of the cosmos, in the fact that the actual physical matter that we call it, that we are made of, the atoms, which have protons at the center of them, in the nucleus, those protons in the quantum nuclear physics, there's a half-life of how long a particular energetic particle exists before it decays and dissolves and disappears. And that's the measure, is called the half-life. And all of the elements have a half-life in certain states, some much longer than others. And yet at the foundation of all of those elements are the protons, and the protons have an estimated half-life of approximately 10 to the 36 years. So that's the best guess that physicists can offer. And that means the universe as we know it is estimated about 10 to the 9 years. So that's 10 with 9 zeros after it. The protons are estimated to last for 10 to the 36. That's an exponentially longer time, not just 4 times longer. It's exponentially vastly, meaning they're basically eternal. And so the foundation, the actual foundation of the physical universe is utterly, vastly abundant and eternal. And that just blows my mind when you think that is the nature of reality. And from there, then you get the vibrational systems that are what we experience and what we are in the physical universe, in our consciousness, in all of the aspects of what we experience. And starting then, you bring it up into the atoms that make up everything. The nucleus at the center with the protons then have these geometric constructs with the electrons and the neutrons. And it was Frank Wilczek, who is a Nobel prize-winning physicist, who said, through understanding the study of quantum physics and how you can analyze the structure of an atom, is using the same equations that you would use to study the structure of a musical instrument and how the harmonics are working, the resonances and the harmonic overtones, and how that particular instrument, like a guitar or a flute or violin or whatever it might be, the exact same equations you use for that are used to study atoms. And as he said, atoms are really like perfect musical instruments because they're so perfectly in the harmonic structure. And all the hydrogens are all in this perfect relationship. All the helium, all the atoms are in this perfect geometry. He said they're like perfect little musical instruments. So right there, again, you have this inherent in the nature of who we are, what the entire universal experience is again founded on the same principle as music. And one thing I also came to realize as I was contemplating all this is that we did not invent music as a human expression. We discovered music over time. We discovered these harmonic relationships, and we came to be able to understand these relationships and begin to apply them in such a way where we could start to invent with music. We could actually invent to create music. To invent with these harmonic relationships, to begin to create these beautiful expressions as what we call music. Now, the thing is that musical system, as just described in the physics of the universe, and the vibrational system is a harmonic system that exists throughout the entire universal field. And so, that which we call music is what we gave name to that is inherently foundational to the manifesting physical reality. And I like to think of the physical reality as the acoustic aspect of the universe, where you have then the electromagnetic or light aspect is the field, and the atoms are electromagnetic, and they come together in these acoustical, like, cymatic fractal geometric arrangements. So literally the physical universe is like music expressed. And of course, geometry and geometric relationships are, what the atomic structures are, and they have the same proportional relationships as does music in the overtone system of music. And so what is music? Music is a system of relationships, basically. You can have one note, you can have unison. Even in that one note, there are overtones that are being expressed, but nonetheless, music as we experience it is a system of relationships. And it's a system of what are the cycles, frequencies of time and rhythm. And these cycles and frequencies exist at all scales throughout the universe, from the largest galactic mega time scale cycles down to our experience here on the Earth with the solar cycles, the lunar cycles, down into our bodies, which are actually really like fractal rhythmic. You can think of it as a symphony. They're all the pulses of the heart, and the organs, and the neurons, and the pulses of electricity, all at these fractal scales that are so well coordinated that the coherence that it takes for this system to be operating in a healthy manner is just so phenomenal. And yet it's still all based on the same fundamental principles of the rhythmic and harmonic relationships that we call music. And so our physiology is really a product of this harmonic nature of the unified field. Literally the way our ears are formed, the way our bodies respond, the way our hormones respond to music, the way we experience then emotions is not just like a human emotional experience, it's literally a physical, the body is listening in ways that even go beyond what we can imagine in our minds. That is inherent in us because we are literally an expression of a musical physiology coming into form. And so we're made to not only listen to music, to experience it, and then of course to express it. And for now, the last thing I want to share, which I just love this about music, is given this vast abundance of the nature of the universe, we can see like there's the idea of free energy technology, being able to tap that field, to have access to this unlimited supply of energy. And music is literally like a free energy technology, because there's never, ever been the shortage of a song in the universe. There's always a new song. It may be the same 3-chord structure that's been used forever, but it's still a new song. So there's never a shortage. There's always an abundance of the new, the fresh, the creative expressed through music. And I just love that. I just think, wow, if you ever want to know what free energy is, there you have it. Music is that. So we'll leave it there for now. I'll comment more later after we share from our other beloveds here.
I just want to say, Marshall, how powerful it is to start with what you just said, because I really do. Tonight is about honoring our musicians who have really carried us and inspired us, and to celebrate them and to have a real powerful experience that we can pulse the field with. And when you were talking about every single one of our cells being like a perfect musical instrument, I have my whole body was like a giant little tiny musical instrument,
Yeah.
all playing together.
All playing together.
All playing together. So I really want to invite us, like as each one of these people our sharing and taking us deeper and deeper into this experience that we're going to have together tonight and pulse the planet with, that we open with playful kind of courage to keep going deeper. And Marshall, that was just perfect. A great start. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Let's bring on Gary Malkin. Gary, let's bring on
Hey.
camera. Hi, Gary.
Hey.
Isn't that fun?
Oh yeah, I love hearing it. It's beautiful to hear Marshall, the cosmometrist. I love that word.
I know. And Gary, you are somebody who's so passionate about the role of music in helping us wake up. It's just your heart and soul. So I'm really happy for you to be here and for you to share whatever your heart wants to share with us today as we open this experience.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. This is my favorite subject. I'm going to surprise the technical support by starting with that relaxation track, because it's kind of the perfect way to begin. So Ian and Kaylin, I'll cue you when I want it to begin. The thing I love about music is it's really hard to not be in the present moment. And I think a lot of the greatest stresses that come in life have to do with all the nuanced ways that we're not present in our bodies, our hearts, our minds, our souls. And music has this incredible power to bring us into the present moment, unlike any other art form, because it doesn't need the aid of the intellect. And so one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves at any moment, especially on Zoom, is this experience of embodied multidimensional presence. And I found that in order to live in the culture that we're living today, it's really easy to not be present. It's really easy to think about the future and worry about what's happening tomorrow, or to regret what's happened in the past. And even parts of us, our hearts will be in the present, but our souls will be distracted because we haven't assimilated grief in our lives, or our bodies might not be engaged. There's all ways in which we cannot be present. So that's when I developed this spacious form of music that was designed subliminally to disarm our defenses and our propensity to not be present, by bringing us all into this full multidimensional engagement. So I actually like to give an example of that. And if you can play that healing relaxation track underneath the dialogue, and first start it out with full volume so we can just hear the experience of it, okay? And just as you listen to it, listen to how it invites you to slow down and breathe deeper. So Ian and Kaylin, if you can play that healing relaxation track now. Almost like church bells from the center of a town. It makes me curious to be in the present moment even more fully, right? I don't know if I'm conversing with you, Teresa, but I'm feeling you, right? And it's the space between the notes that I think create a metaphor for a life cycle itself, for the quickening of a note and the falling away of a note is like the metaphor of life and death. I'm going to let you experience the music for a little bit more and let yourself breathe in it. You can turn it down to 50% now. Maybe a little bit more than that. Just you be the judge of the relationship between voice. But here's where the alchemy between the words, presence, and the music That's where the magic happens. And suddenly there's no such thing as a pregnant pause. What would life be like if there wasn't such a thing as a pregnant pause? And then our innate attraction to coherence came online every day, every hour. It was available to us, right? So close your eyes, just breathe in and feel how the music brings us into the present moment. Now you can bring the music down a little bit, just a touch, and you can feel how our innate attraction to coherence comes online, right? It just comes online naturally. It's not like we have to imagine nostrils in our heart, although we can certainly do that. But even without it, there's something that makes us more palpably aware of the unified field to the common denominator of the vibrations of the universe. It's all vibrations, as we all said, as Marshall said, from the tiniest photon to the largest galaxy, it's all vibrations. And something like it calls us back to the knowing that we're all one, we're all connected. That's the impulse. That's why I adore everything that Teresa Collins and the Global Coherence Pulse is all about. She and I are devoted to the means that we can remember who we are. We can fade the music slowly now. Now watch, it's very slowly. No, super slow. No, try that again now. Thank you, Kaylin. Bring it back up again for a minute. Now, our ability to cultivate emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, vibrational intelligence is to track the transition from music to 3D reality. So really slow, when you practice the art of noticing that when the music fades away, it's like the water from the shore drifts away from the sand. So real slowly, just fade it away, very slowly. There we go. What I love to bring attention to is that when we're tracking the fading of the, Frodo going in the distance, it's that our innate, what I call transition intelligence, where we become nuanced in relationship to something's changing and something's fading away. And what is it? It is so metaphoric to developing the capacity to remember that we're going to disappear one day. And when we remember we're going to disappear one day, like the music fades away, we remember how fragile this life is. And the only natural response to that is gratitude, because it's so precious, this life, right? So the other side of this coherence experience, and I'm hoping I have the time for this, is the HeartMath talks about these two areas of coherence. And many people know that coherence is about the stillness, the contemplative spaciousness. But I had an opportunity to explore that upper right quadrant that HeartMath talks about, which is that experience of flow in the form of, the energetics of an Olympic athlete at the height of their intense high performance moment, right? During the summer of 20, I was given the greatest privilege to score the sequel to Thrive, the movie Thrive, which many of you should see. And it's on the 26th. It's available for free where you can see it if you go to thriveon.com. And I highly recommend you see it. And during the summer, 5 months of writing it, thanks to Marshall as being we worked together. Marshall and Foster worked closely with me in getting the cues right. The hardest cue for me to write was this last cue in the movie. Because if you remember, summer of 2020, the world was going to hell in a handbasket. It felt like even more than now, which is hard to believe, but it was so much pent up what's going to happen with the election and the COVID crisis. And Foster was asking me to write something that would support the belief that we triumphed, that love triumphed, that life triumphed, that the vibrational possibility of heaven on earth triumphed. And I couldn't write that music if I didn't believe it, if I didn't feel it in my bones. And I had to really take care of myself and meditate every day and eat really well and get good sleep and take a walk to kind of like try to feel in the same way that there was innate coherence, that is there an innate belief in the possibility of love conquering all. So I'd like to use these next 4 minutes. And I don't know if I can use my visuals or not. I don't know if I got, oh yes, maybe I can. I have these images that are so lovely to share. I don't know if I have the ability to do that. Do I? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna do that in a minute. So I just want you to allow yourself to feel these 4 minutes, which were meant for the final 4 minutes of the film, basically at Foster and Kimberly Gamble saying, we can do this. Right? Well, how can we do this if we can't imagine and vibrate at the frequency of we can do this? And I'm really interested in cultivating music that helps us come into contact with our mortality, to give birth to our gratitude, to give birth to this energy of we can do this. We can't move through to we can do this if we don't assimilate the grief and the loss and to really get it, right? So here is this piece of music. And I just want to allow you to dance in your heart and soul, let yourself smile, move around what you want. And I will try to put some images just so you can see some of the beautiful images that I think, Teresa, you had something to do with. I hope I can play this. I'm not sure if I can or not. But go ahead, let's start the cue and allow yourself full up. I'm not going to talk during this. Here, yeah, I have it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to play these images if I can. And I hope I have time, 4 more minutes for this. And hold on.
Caitlin, you can play the track at the same time as he's doing the screen share. Is that right?
Exactly. Oh, this is all my stuff. Sorry. Here we go. All right, you can play it. Close your eyes and let yourself hear this. So just remember that we are the creators of the soundtracks of our lives. And we have this powerful tool of music to subliminally support our field of environment, to deeply support our inner journeys of loss and grief and gratitude and joy. And we also have the responsibility to vibrate at the vibrational frequency of what do we want to create together. And if we don't do that, we're not going to co-create it together. So I just thought I'd share those two kind of portals of the deep inner space and the deep outer saying yes to life. And there's 1,000 more ways we can use music, but those are the ways I chose to use this time that you've given me. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Gary. I love that we've been getting these layers, like with Marshall, abundant and eternal. And Gary, you reminded us that coherence is our natural state. Marshall said that it's each cell of our body is actually a finely tuned instrument. And we're just beginning to remember that. And I loved that what we got from you today is that the way you're thinking about everything. Like I always like to start with music behind my voice. And sometimes, when you have to start something and there's not a lot of time for everybody, then you forget to just bring in those simple things. And I think it's so important because you felt the difference. And we got to feel your heart, Gary. Mm-hmm. And I also think I really want to acknowledge that during that time where you were creating that soundtrack, and I think partly why that you shared it, that's what it takes, is for us to actually feel the feeling of our triumph, that the cellular certainty that on the other side of this challenge, that there is this vibration of freedom. And so thank you. That was beautiful.
And you remember at one point during my dark night of the soul, I went, I don't know if I can do this. And I called you and said, I need to talk to you. I was like, it was so intense. But yes, it was a triumph in more ways than one. So yeah, thank you for summing that up.
I mean, just a quick comment. I just want to acknowledge you, Gary, for, you are someone who doesn't just take on a project like that. And, I'll put it this way. You are somebody who takes on a project like that and fully embodies and owns it and lives it and goes into the full experience so that you can bring it through and express it the way you did, that we can then experience that. And that's why, you were chosen for one by Foster, as well as why you went through all you did to even bring this forth, because you had to clear it out and be that for it to come through.
Thank you for seeing that, Marshall. That means
absolutely. I was there with you the whole time. I saw it all.
Every step of the way.
And so just to say,
go ahead, Marshall.
Today is the 10th anniversary of Thrive One being launched. I just wanted to celebrate that as well.
Yay. Amen.
So I want, as we go through each of these steps along the way, that we just take a minute to actually send our love. Gary, turn your camera back on. Send our love to Gary. Gary has participated in a number of pulses, really has been just letting his heart on his sleeve, and so appreciate you always saying yes to every time we ask you for something, Gary. Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing right now to bring this vibration of music and love and coherence into the field of our community.
Thank you. And by the way, I just wanted to say tomorrow morning, I'm giving a keynote on harnessing the power of music to assimilate grief. The conference is called the Beautiful Dying Conference. You can Google it, and the Beautiful Dying 2021 Summit. And I know that there are promotional opportunities later, but I'm really excited about that. And just wanted to say it. And thank you for the acknowledgement. I love co-creating with you and will always say yes.
Love you. Well, I'm going to add Theo Grace to the spotlight here. Theo, I'm really excited to hear what you are going to share. And again, just the sense that these Heartists that we love so much, and you've definitely been one of those that have touched our hearts every time you've sung your songs, that there's something you have to share that's so valuable. And I'm so happy to have this opportunity for you to share your heart and your music.
Yeah, thank you so much, T. It's it's such an honor to be here. That was an incredible meditation. It really tuned me in, just what Marshall was sharing, and Gary. Like, I just love the way you express about music. I really resonate with it. And your website is this incredible rabbit hole. I was on it the other day, and I just love what you're doing with music. And it tuned me into like what is possible. The healing has always, I actually used to be a nurse. I was going into nursing because I wanted to help people heal. And then I realized music was more my thing, my bliss, And so I was like, maybe I can help people heal with music. And that's been my mission ever since about 2008. And I just love what you're doing in the world with music, and just how much is possible. And so thank you for just tuning me in to my heart and my purpose deeper. And I'm just really honored to be here with you and Marshall and Teresa. This is what I live for, is awakening and healing through music. So
thank you, brother. Thank you for that comment. Love hearing that from you.
Yeah. So I had a song come through last night, and I haven't had a song like this come to me in years, if maybe ever, because the fresh creation, that newborn is like, it's everything to me, to creators. Like when you get that fresh piece, and it's just like, it's this precious little baby. It's like a newborn child, and it's like, I love you. I'm going to love you forever. I'm going to nurture you and make you everything that I can make you. And the song it came from this mantra that I've been working with in this meditation, and it's all I need is within me. And so I just want to breathe into that. If you'll just join me in a few breaths into the heart, and just really feel that, like everything I need is within me. And just let's breathe into that. Everything I need is already within me. Really. And you know what that does for me is it not only reminds me of this deep truth, but it also shows me where I still feel dependent or codependent on the external world for validation. Everything from like needing other people and needing things in order to feel a certain way. And it just like, it shines a light on that, but then it also pulls my energy back in, and it reminds me like, wow, everything I need is within me. And so I've been working with that for about a week now. And then finally, like I was just doing the dishes. I put my son down to bed, and I was doing the dishes, and this little ditty started coming to me. And I've had hundreds of ditties come to me, but this was something about this when I was like, I think I'm gonna go and really like play with that and get on my guitar and see what that feels like. And then this song came through, and I just wanted to share a little bit of a nerdy music producer thing with you all that sort of really encapsulates this metaphor of all I need is within me. And as Marshall was saying, like, music is the universe. Music is what we are. It's who we are. It's what makes up our reality. And even talking is singing, Even though I'm speaking in this pattern that's like, it sounds like I'm speaking, I'm not very far from singing, and it's actually the same thing, but it's just a different pattern recognition in the brain. And I could sing and I can talk, but really it's all music, right? So here we are in the music of life, and here's a really cool nerdy thing about music. If you can see my screen, you'll see this is a recording of just 2 guitar plucks, and I'm going to play them for you. And here in the EQ, this shows you the, it's like a measuring tool for frequency, for sound. So you'll see the sound comes up, and you can see where it's spiking. So here's the root note, and it's a C. But then you'll see you also have an octave. You have another one, and another one, and another one. And all these little spikes are within that one note. It sounds like it's one note, but there is so much in that. And I'm just going to take a quick screenshot here. And I'm going to pause the sound. And so here's a screenshot of that one note. And look at all these spikes. Look at how much is in that one note. So we come back to this metaphor of all I need is within me. And the root note, like, what is the essence of your root note? Like, what is the essence of my root note? And we all have this sort of root tone that is, you know, it makes up, you know, our personality, or it makes up maybe the most visible or dominant aspects of our personality. But then there's all these other frequencies. There's all these other sounds nested in that basic tone. And for me, doing this affirmation, all I need is within me. All I need is within me all week long, and I'm feeling it. Like Gary was saying, we have to be able to feel that, like to really believe it, to really feel it. And then, boom, here comes this song that is the feeling for me. That's the feeling. Like, what I need is to make music. What I need is to sing. What I need is to be who I am and give my gift, and we all need to do that. And I feel so alive when I do that. And so I'm on cloud 9 right now. Like, whenever a new song comes through, it's the best thing in the world. So I'm very excited to share this. And I think now is probably a good time to just get into it. And so I did just write it yesterday, so I might not play it perfectly, but that's okay. And so I'm just gonna breathe into my heart. Feel free to join me. And I'm just gonna feel this song and feel this mantra and this prayer. And it's a very fun, lighthearted song, but make no mistake, it is a prayer like every single one of my songs. And I think all music, and you know, you could go so far as to say everything we say is a prayer, you know, the power of the word. And this one just feels really coherent with my heart's prayer and what I came here to share with the world. So thank you for listening. And here's this brand new, fresh baby called All I Need Is Within Me. I'm going to turn just a little bit of reverb on just to brighten it up. Okay. Here we go. I'm actually going to not turn that on because it's distracting me. So we're just going to be naked in the sound. When I'm lost and alone, don't know where to go, looking out for the way in, and I need a reminder on the winding road. I listen for the message. I hear all I need is within me. I'm breathing with my heartbeat, standing on my 2 feet, singing. All I need is within me. I'm living in the love that's giving me all I need. I'm living in the love that's giving me all I need. never enough. I'm still feeling empty. Well, I know I can fill the mold if I do what I'm told, but there's another way to be free. I sing, all I need is within me. I'm breathing with my heartbeat, standing on my 2 feet, singing. All I need is within me. I'm living in the love, it's giving me all I need. I'm living in the love, it's giving me all I need. I'm living in the love, it's giving me all I need is within me. I'm breathing with my heartbeat, standing on my 2 feet, singing. All I need is within me. I'm living in the love, it's giving me all I need is within me. I'm breathing with my heartbeat, standing on my 2 feet, singing. All I need is within me. I'm breathing in the love, I'm living in the love, it's giving me all I need. I'm living in the love, it's giving me all I need. In the love, giving me all I need. Thank you for hearing that, taking that in.
Loved it.
Song is born.
Yeah.
There it is. It's out to the world, to your ears, to your hearts. And I hope it was nourishing and uplifting for you, because it makes me smile. Yeah, so
Keep you on screen, Theo, just for a minute, and let us kind of pour our love and appreciation to you. Like, I'm so glad we got to receive your joy just now. No, like, it's like you said, when the current comes, you know, when you're in the flow and all of a sudden it takes you, like, you need to then allow yourself to feel it. You know, coherence is like, that's the key thing, is we need to feel it. So we're going to send you right now a bunch of loving energy so that you can take this pregnant moment where you're in the height of your joy and really take you somewhere. I know you said the other day, I'm really trying to figure out what my part is. So let our love pour onto you so that your unique part really starts shining through. So good. So good.
thank you.
So good.
Thank you, Theo. That was so great. I just felt my body just tingling with the freshness and the joy of that song and the message that it's sharing, which is so true. Absolutely true. And I just want to say, I love your introduction with showing how we could see the frequencies and how one note contains all those spikes, and technically those spikes are called harmonic overtones, and every sound that's made, every instrument that's played has those harmonic overtones, and they're all based on the exact same system. There's no deviation in that structure. The only thing that changes is which one of those spikes is louder and which is softer. And there are many notes there, as Theo said. And the difference between them will be the difference between a guitar or a violin or a flute or a human voice. That's called timbre. And that's what makes them sound different. And it occurred to me that, you know, being that we are an expression of this vibratory system, that we all actually have the same harmonic expression. We all share the same one. We all come from that same source of harmonic expression. That we each emphasize different tones and different frequencies of our expression. That's our timbre as beings, as individuals. And that's what makes us, you know, rich instruments in this beautiful universal symphony.
Thank you, gentlemen, for all of your transmissions. Theo, my goodness. Yes, please. That is so beautiful. And the fact that you actually created that yesterday, I'm just so impressed, brother. Thank you. And all I need is within me. And that is such a beautiful mantra that we can all tap into every day. I think I'm going to write it on my refrigerator, right? It's that reminder. Indeed. And Gary, too, sharing your music and the part from Thrive 2, just the hope, the beauty of the remembering that we're all in this together, we're getting through it, and we are birthing our new earth together. So thank you. Thank you, Marshall. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah. You're muted, sweetheart.
We're going to go from this live group here, and we're going to play a few clips from some of our past pulses. And the first one that I'm going to invite in is Miss Jess Magic. And this was recorded live on one of our Global Coherence Pulse Saturday Night Alive events. And it was a very spontaneous, it's very a cappella, and sometimes different. She sometimes comes with her whole Bali crew with the Soul Salon. And this was a moment where she really brought us into the vehicle that we each are and this vibration that we embody. And so I thought that would be a perfect one. And following that, we're going to have a clip from Manose, bringing us into a meditative state, which he does so beautifully. And then Kristin Hoffman, who did a song live while we were all holding coherence in our hearts, and that's going to happen again. And then Cornflower to just bring us into a state of joy. And then we'll come back with this live group here and we'll share some thoughts about that. But let's start to just like relax in your home, wherever you are listening, and take this little journey with us and sing along with Jess Magic and open your hearts, dance if you want. We all will be. So let's go, Kaylin, to Miss Jess Magic, songstress, heartist, deep friend and sister, a real powerful messenger on the planet right now.
Wonderful.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, what I feel I'd love to offer to an embodied experience of the beauty of the technology of our system that we were given in our birthright. And one of the reasons I love music so much is not so much because I think I'm some amazing singer, but it's more I really feel the technology of song. I really feel what happens when I allow my voice to sing notes and feel my whole nervous system transforming instantaneously as I allow myself to be soothed and bathed in the tones. And so I have really been looking a little bit myself into some of the science of what are the things that can change our state. And so much of it is through the senses. So through sound and through smell, and through touch. And I feel that right now there's an invitation to both learn how to more fully stabilize our nervous systems and soothe ourselves in these times of great change and a lot of external stress. How do we take responsibility for our internal environment? And then also in terms of this great awakening, this opportunity that we're in right now as well, that some of the speakers have already spoken into, how can we start to cultivate the technology inside of ourselves that's been lying dormant? And I think song and music and toning is such a powerful way to do that. So what I thought I would do is, instead of just sing you a song, I will invite in a call and response. And let me know, can you hear the guitar okay? I'm just gonna play a little bit right here. Yeah. So I'm gonna engage my telepathic sensing right now of envisioning how many people are listening and tuning in. And I'm going to start to envision how many of you just love to sing and are like, yay, I get to sing along with this song and are ready to do it. And how many of you are like, no, I'm not doing that. And for all of you that are already in the yes, that are like, yeah, I want to bring my voice. I totally get what you're saying. Thank you. Sing loud and proud so that the rest of us can feel your vibration coming through wherever we are on the planet right now. And then for those of you that are like, no, that's not my jam, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And even if you don't sing back exactly what I'm singing, just let yourself hum a note and allow yourself to treat this like your own little science experiment to notice what changes as you start toning and singing. How does your body feel now? And how does your body feel after you've started singing for a little bit, hearing your own vibration literally through your tone? I dedicate this song to this theme of fully loving ourselves and loving what we were born with and bringing our light forward during this wild moment. I can feel my heartbeat beating to the rhythm of the freedom song. This is where you sing, I can feel my heartbeat. Yeah, I want to see you. Yes, you got it. I can feel my heartbeat. It's beating to the rhythm of the freedom song. Your turn. Yes. Oh, and when I feel the beat in me, I can set my spirit free. When I feel the beat in me, I can. Yes, there you go. Oh, when I feel this beat in me, I can set my spirit free. Your turn. I can feel my body moving with the power of Mother Earth. I can feel my body moving with the power. Yeah, you got this. Oh, I can feel my body move. It's moving with the power of Mother Earth. I can feel my body move. Yes. Feel yourself, hear yourself. You sound beautiful, you feel beautiful. When I feel her move through me, I can set my spirit free. Your turn. When I feel her move through me, I can set my... Yes. Oh, when I feel her move through me, I can set my spirit free. So you can make up your own tune. You don't even have to sing exactly. You can just like go wherever you want to go, which is super fun, right? And now we're becoming this band. Yes, this is how we cultivate joy. All right, this next one's fun. This one's about the revolution. I can feel my soul rising on the wings of a revolution. I can feel my soul rise. Yeah, you got it. The wings of a revolution. Oh, I can feel my soul rising on the wings of a revolution. Yeah, bring the soul in there. Come on, yeah. All the way from your gut. I can feel you. And when I feel it rise through me, I can set my spirit free. When I feel, yes, Yes. I feel you guys. When I feel it rise in me, oh, I will set my spirit free. Yes. We're going to do the heartbeat one again. And I invite you this time to use your body as percussion if you want to just like pound on your heart gently, just bringing yourself all the way with this prayer into your body, reminding yourself of this epic, exquisite vessel that your soul gets to live inside of and move through, be touched, be felt. I can feel my heartbeat. It's beating to the rhythm of the freedom song. I can
Feel my heartbeat, breathing to the rhythm of my heartbeat.
I can feel my heartbeat. It's beating to the rhythm of the freedom song.
I can feel my heartbeat, breathing to the rhythm of my heartbeat song.
And when I feel it beating me, I can set my spirit free.
Can feel it beating me. I can feel my spirit free.
We will let our hearts be free. Yeah. We will let our hearts be free. We will let our souls be free. We will let our bodies be free. To be what we came here to be. So in this moment, these final moments, I'm gonna just invite any words of your own prayer to come through. You can put it through in the chat. And I'd love to just close out this. It was so fun to hear you singing, Gary and T. I love it so much. And I invite you to just bring any words that you're feeling into the chat. And as I see them come up, I'd love to weave in a little freestyle prayer for each one of us and for our brothers and sisters in this moment. And if you don't have access to chat or you're listening to the replay, then just send it through the field and I think I'll receive it. Yes, we came here to love freely, grace, happy tears rising in love. Heaven on earth, anchoring in love, peace to all. I say yes to my voice, hallelujah. Yes, freedom, the really, oh, amazing. We are all connected, yes, please. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound of your voice, of your choice when you let it be free. My beloved is calling me and I can't hang it up because I'm playing the guitar, so please excuse it. If you hear a ring, high beat long words, I love you but I'm not gonna pick up your call, but I'm gonna keep praying with you all, cause I feel unitedness. I feel ignited in bliss when I feel the heart of your prayers, the depth of your care. I know we'll get from here to there. I know that we will listen to the sound and the song of our souls, and that we'll remember indigenous bone in our bodies and find our wholeness. And I know that we are a living embodiment of love as we serve as a conduit between heaven and earth. So don't you give up this. Don't give up on this moment. It's not a fight. It's not a fight. It's a deeper call for us to serve and us to ignite and unite, not buy into the polarization. Love is our destination, our origination, and our liberation. So I'm closing out this prayer. Take a deep breath into the place where you care, the place that inspired you to get on this session, and feel the blessing of togetherness, wholeness, presence. Your breath is a blessing. This life is a blessing. Choose love wisely. You're not alone. We're in this together.
Thank you, Jess Magic. Such a powerful force on the planet right now. I think her authentic voice and her really calling us into our embodied presence. Marshall and Theo, I saw you guys were singing along. And Gary, wasn't that fun? Like you and I actually jumped in and sang. Well, that was playing during the live recording. I love that.
I was so surprised. I didn't remember that. So that was awesome. Really fun. Thank you.
Yeah, so good. So good. So we're going to just go into a little bit of a journey time with 3 clips. Manose Newa, who has been the Heartist on many of our Pulse sessions, is just going to do a short little musical piece. And then I chose a clip from Kristin Hoffman, where she did a spontaneous song with the energy being pulsed in from the field. And so as you're listening, we're going to feed the field with our love and presence, continue to build that and pulse the planet with coherence tonight. And then we're going to end that segment with a clip from Cornflower, which he played on our Global Coherence Day on August 1st, 2020. And it's one of those ones where if you need to get up and dance for a minute, it's a good time to do that. So we're just going to go on this little journey the whole time. Please relax, do what you need to do to nourish yourself and take the energy of this music and let it open your hearts, and let's keep pulsing the planet today at this portal of 1111 with our love and care. So let's go ahead and bring up our clip of Manose Newa. His smile always does it.
Sometimes soft, sometimes strong. This is how we sing our song. Sometimes strong. This is how we sing our song. Sometimes soft, sometimes strong. This is how we sing our song. Time is but a dream. We row a boat upon the stream. This is how we pass our days. Petal falls upon the way. Together, hallelujah, hallelujah, Gratitude, gratitude, appreciation, love, compassion. To your parents, to your kids, to the animals, and every being in this world. Sometimes soft, sometimes strong. This is how we sing our song.
Let's send Manose so much love for all that he's been doing. Gosh, his whole life, and especially during this COVID time of sharing his love out into the world through his beautiful, radiant smile and his music. And let's really just take this moment to keep dropping deeper into our heart, breathing in and out of our heart and letting the emotions that rise pulse the planet with our love during this segment coming up. Thank you, Manose. We love you. So next we're going to bring up Kristin Hoffman, who's going to bring us a beautiful, spontaneous segment. And as she's doing that, let's pulse the planet with our heart-centered coherence. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you for loving up our Heartists.
This Solome piece will be brand new. It has never been explored before. And I want to invite you in this coherent field to send your loving intentions into this portal. And I will be bringing through our co-creative song expression into this moment. Okay. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone. We're in this pose. We're in this pose. We're in this moment. We're in this pose. We're in this pose. We're in this pose. This pose of love. This pose of love.
Mm. Thank you so much, Kristin. I feel like this particular moment in one of our pulses with Christian really demonstrated the potency of every cell in our body being a pristine musical instrument that can let go and let the love that's being generated to move through into a song. And that's something that Kristin does so beautifully. So tonight is about honoring our Heartists. Tonight is about sending them love and fueling them for all they're doing for us. So let's, in this moment, send our blessings to Kristin Hoffman. Thank you. Thank you, sister, for always taking us into such a deep place. And let's keep pulsing the planet with this feeling we're generating right now. And we have one last clip for our kind of this little meditation journey that we're on. And this is Mr. Cornflower. And I picked this one because when it happened live on August 1st, 2020, on our Global Coherence Day, I remember the field just lifted up. I think we were all dancing. And I think Cornflower is another example of someone who can let go and let the field speak through him. So let's enjoy this piece and let's let the love and joy that's rising up in our hearts continue to pulse the planet with it. Because what we feed the field matters. And right now is a beautiful doorway for us to feed the field with our love.
This song is called Receive.
In other words, creating authentic power is learning to distinguish within yourself the difference between love and fear, and then choosing love no matter what.
love. That's why I breathe love. Breathe love. Breathe love. Breathe
Ah, the power of music to just take us beyond, where we feel like we are and where we can go into the full potential of our glory. And we need that right now. We need the hope and we need the sense of what's possible. And all of this music tonight, all of these musicians tonight, all of these contributions tonight, it's there in every moment. The energy is there. So I just want to have us take a moment to send Cornflower so much energy. He's been dealing with COVID. He's just recovering. He's just getting his energy back. That he just continues to be supported by all of the love that he pours out into the world as he lets the notes sing through him. Yeah, thank you so much, Cornflower. Beautiful. Well, I want to just bring on all of our guests tonight, our co-hosts, and hear a little bit from them before we have some announcements, and then close up with one last video of our friend Marya Stark, who's been also contributing to the pulses. I'm just going to add these spotlights. Here we go. Marshall, so nice to have you on tonight. I wonder if you have some thoughts or some feelings or some experience of just being in the music together tonight.
Well, being in the music together tonight is just a joy and a delight and a pleasure, and to be with just such a beautiful group of dear friends and beloveds, live and recorded, and just to feel all the different expressions that music is, and all the places it touches in our hearts, in our bellies, and in the movement, you just got to move. And like I was saying, we are that fundamentally, and so our bodies recognize it, and the most intimate companion to music is dance. And all I'd say to close out my offering is that if you haven't brought dance into your life yet in your journey, start now. It is such a beautiful free therapy that can clear our energy, move our energy, and just bring us into a state of gratitude and joy like nothing other than music can. So get on with the dance and dance with life. And thank you for having me tonight.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Marshall. I look forward to more. Marshall's going to be on our Saturday Night Live event on November 20th, so we'll get more from him. Gary, so great to have you on tonight. And it's just the beginning. We have lots to do, lots of play to have, and lots more to bring this experience into the lives of more and more people. So Gary, some closing words from you.
I love that you brought up dance, Marshall. I've been a Five Rhythms open floor dancer for 40 years. And somebody made a distinction between infinity and eternity. And I think infinity is the realm of dance and eternity is the realm of music. And they meet right at the center, that the deal of space and time, I don't know, I just trip out on that sometimes. Yeah. If if we could even move the needle just a little bit between the balance of being and doing and feeling and thinking and solving and fixing and allowing and all the polarities that we know that come from the hyper imbalance that the culture really has evolved out of, a central misunderstanding of what the sweet spot, what the golden mean of balance really is. And this is why I think that music is like there's almost like a living consciousness, a living entity in music itself that has it, that we're entrusted to awaken the destiny it has to bring us back home. It has this inherent integrity to it that like who was it? The Pythagoras said that it's it's crystallized mathematics, or what? Marshall, you would know that, but it's just it all has to do with allowing ourselves to listen to the destiny that music wants to bring us to, the home, the paradise, and the balance that it awakens. And I just want to say thank you for inviting me to the conversation that I adore. And Anastar, I'm really thrilled to meet you. And Theo, what a beautiful, beautiful way to meet you. I just so love your pure heart and spirit. And I love everyone on this call. And I want to also acknowledge just the miracle of Ian and Kaylin and the technical production that they support us behind the scenes. And just, they make it so effortless, and it isn't. And it's just so wonderful to be supported by the caliber of people that you surround yourself with, Teresa. And I'm happy to work with them more and more as well. So
yeah,
namaste. I'm, as my friend Clint Rogers says, I love you and I'm with you all.
Beautiful, Gary. And thanks for mentioning Kaylin and Ian. I asked them if they'd come on tonight, but they have been in a full day. So let's just actually take this moment. These guys, I don't know, they've been magic. They've shown up for all of our presenters and our musicians, and they've up-leveled everyone. And they do it with so much grace and so much ease and so much joy and so much like technical skill. So thank you, guys. We love you.
They show us what it's like to ride in a Maserati. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. I told them I'm going to make sure that they get a tip jar going so that when we have these events and we say, hey, we need to contribute to these people, that there's a way that we can contribute to Ian and Kaylin, because we can't do it without them.
Hey, that tip jar is not a bad idea for the artists too, actually.
I know. Well, you'll see. I'm up for it. Theo, how about you?
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that. Every sound check I've done with Ian and Kaylin, their listening is so precise and they're so lighthearted. It makes like every sound check, my sound gets better. And it's just one microphone and me and my guitar, but they always help me like fine tune it a little bit more. And they're just wonderful people. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you. Yeah, and the thing that I'm sort of left with today, and I've been left with in this contemplation of music, is that it really is this magic. Music is invisible. Maybe, it seems like sound is invisible, and it's this realm of emotion, it's this realm of feeling, and it's this realm of vibration that looks like it's invisible, but actually, it's coming from the invisible realm inside me. It's vibrating my vocal cords, going through the magic of technology, and then vibrating your eardrums. So it's actually very intimate, very physical. But the best music happens when we really listen. In a jam circle, the best moments happen when everyone's listening and everyone's in that moment and everyone's listening and expressing truly. And then the best compositions, as Gary I'm sure would agree with, is when you really listen deeply to that just ocean of emotion and consciousness and beauty that is our reality. So my encouragement is for everyone to really take a moment to listen to your invisible realms, to the music playing inside you, to your 7 chakras. 7 notes in the scale, 7 chakras in the body, no coincidence. And the more you tune your root, your hara, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, the more you tune those, the more your essence and your song and your symphony will get to play in this world, and the more we'll get to appreciate your beauty and your gifts and play together. And that's what's going to really wake this world up. So thank you, Teresa, for just bringing the coherence so consistently, and for playing your song and your symphony, which is so much of gathering us together and playing this together. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Theo. It's been so much fun. I'm so excited to honor all of the Heartists and Kaylin and Ian. I can't tell you how much the Pulse really had an impact because of, I think, the musicians that came in. And in those moments where we needed to drop in like instantly, right? We had some wisdom, and then we needed to find this place inside of ourselves. And as you said, Marshall, like every single cell is an instrument. And so as soon as the music starts to play, we start to come into resonance together. And our hearts start to open and we start to feel something, and you need it. Heart-centered focus, heart-centered breathing, heart-centered feeling. That's the magic place. And the music helps us to feel this natural state of joy that is ours. So Astar, I'm so excited that we got to be here. We have a few little announcements we want to do to engage people, but I wonder if you just want to share something from your heart before I do that. And then we'll close with Marya Stark's Unstoppable Joy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Teresa. It was such a pleasure to actually have you hold this piece of the puzzle today, because I got to go inside and lay by the fire with my family, and my beautiful friend Ame Love, who's a singer-songwriter in her own right, started singing along with Jess Magic, and it was just such a magical moment. And then when Cornflower started singing, "Here's the New Light," my son literally had a new flashlight and was saying, "Mom, here's the new light. Here's the new light, Mom." And I'm like, oh my gosh, this child, And so to be able to experience it with my family was such a blessing. Thank you. Just holding the field all day. It's been really a pleasure to just relax and sit back. So thank you for that. And for all of you for being here and being present, your transmission. And music really is the way that we get to communicate with each other. All sentient beings feel and experience and move with music. We're moved by it, we're touched by it, we're inspired by it. And so it's invisible and everywhere all at once. And so that old adage, I'll believe it when I see it. When it comes to music, when I believe it, I will see it, instead of I have to see it to believe it. And so today has been a magical portal. Thank you all for being here. And Teresa has some announcements before we listen to Marya Stark, who is actually one of our contributing musicians for our portal videos. So really grateful to see one of our videos as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just going to share my screen really quick. because I want to say it's really important that we support our Heartists and we support these kind of events, because they really do give us this moment where we can drop in, we can have an experience. And so I asked Astara and her team if they would open up this event tonight so that everybody could hear it, whether you had a portal pass or not. And so if you're listening, if you're out on social media right now, if you want to go to 1111unified.com, you can get a portal pass, and it's like $11.11 or $55. And it goes to support a really amazing project, which is the Emoto's Peace Project. So if you're listening right now and you got a free portal pass and you want to contribute something, it goes to support these kind of things. So I really want to encourage that. 1111unified.com. And then you have access for, how long do they have access for, a star, if they do that?
The 55 Ascended passes for 2 whole months.
Great.
Yeah.
So those kind of things. And I there was so much stuff going on today, I couldn't see it all. So it's really great to do that. And then we have a Global Coherence Pulse on November 20th with Jim Garrison from Humanity Arising. They did 360 consecutive days of really quality conversations that matter. And they started every single one of them with a coherence meditation. So we're going to have Jim on. We're going to celebrate Humanity Rising, Apila, Colorado. Marshall Apila will be there, which will be so fun. Claudia Wells and Cornflower. And then we do Saturday Night Alive once a quarter. And so we're going to do that. And we're going to explore living in the current of our purpose and having these indications of humanity rising, and a whole nother really wonderful group of people. And then the Heartists. So I really want, and I'm putting them on the screen because there isn't really a place right now to put a link in the chat, but I'm creating a page on the Global Coherence Pulse, and a star will also have this in the portal where you can find links to the Heartists that were with us tonight and make a contribution to them, buy their music, join their membership, any way that you can, because that's how they're going to be able to continue to do what they're doing. And, many of them did it for nothing. We all did it for nothing. And we need to make it sustainable now. So Gary Malkin, wisdomoftheworld.com. He has something on Saturdays. Gary, you have something on Saturdays now where we can sing with you.
First Saturday of the month, soul song session, wisdomoftheworld.com/soul song. And it's a beautiful experience. And by the way, that phrase, we did it for nothing, that feels really strange because we did it for everything.
We did it for everything. We did it for everything. Thank you, Gary. Sometimes you're talking and words just come out of your mouth and they're not quite right because you're tired here at the end.
Yep.
I thought that was a really good reframe. I mean, I feel so abundant for all of the contributions that we've made and everything that's coming in return for all of the time and energy we put in. And I agree, it's like been so much. And we also, like, when everybody gives a little bit, it makes it more possible for us to do more.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love that, Gary. Yes, we did it for everything. Theo, Grace, Bandcamp, you can go find all his music. There's so much incredible music there. Theo, is there another site you'd want to say about or anything to offer up?
You could go to Entheo Music, ENTHEO music.com. If you wanted more music, there's ambient music that's great for meditation and yoga. There's some dance music on there. And I'm just so grateful to be here. I love just sharing. I don't play live shows, so I did it for everything as well.
Yeah,
and it was an honor to get to play this new song for everyone, and I look forward to putting more music out. I've got lots cooking in the cauldron.
Thanks, Theo. Cornflower at Cornflower Music. There's a place where you can become a patron of Cornflower. Definitely some amazing work. And again, let's keep sending him love because he's recovering from COVID and just getting his energy back. Jess Magic at jessmagic.com. Amazing website. She's got some beautiful offerings. Songs for the Shift is a new project she's working on. So definitely check that out. Kristin Hoffman, beautiful. Boy, her offerings are everywhere. Please check her out. She also has a tip jar. She also has a membership so you can join in. So please check out her website. And Manose Newa at manosemusic.com. And Marya Stark, who we haven't heard from, but she's going to be our closing video with Unstoppable Joy. So I'm just really excited to encourage us all as we're approaching the year end and maybe our year end giving, that we start considering where were we most nourished over the last couple of years and how can we give a little energy to support more of that to happen. So let's go to Marya Stark's Unstoppable Joy. And I wanted to end with this video because I feel like, and Marshall, you can say something about this, is that, you know, we have a lot of love in the world. And I think we're really like opening up to more love and more love. What we really need is in that state of natural coherence is to let the joy, this feeling of the triumph that you talked about, Gary, the potential that's inside of us, is to allow our joy to come out. And so I want to end our session tonight celebrating by playing Marya Stark's Unstoppable Joy. And let's go out dancing. Let's go out celebrating. And let's go out pulsing the planet with all of this great energy we've generated.
I wonder what might happen if all the beings in all the worlds were free from suffering and without desire and burst into unstoppable joy. I wonder what might happen if all the stars and all the skies were strung together with common thread and shone together with a common light, the light of love. I am that I am, I am love, unstoppable love. I am that I am light, unfadable light. I am that I am joy, unstoppable joy. I am that I am unstoppable joy. I wonder what might happen if all the eyes began to see the mystery of love unfolding in the perfection of you and me. I wonder what might happen if all the hearts that felt the pulse would dance together to the rhythm of
unstoppable joy, 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 unstoppable joy.
I am love.
I am what I am.
I am light. I am joy.
Unstoppable joy.
I am unstoppable joy.
Woohoo!
Yes.
That's the way to. That's the way to sum it up.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sure know how to do this, Teresa. It's a perfect way to end. Perfect.
So into this 1111 portal, we're pouring our love and our joy. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Family. And happy 11/11.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anastara, for hosting this today. It's so beautiful.
Pleasure.
Thank you, Teresa, Carrie, Theo. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
If music be the food of love, play on. Here we go.
Yeah.